Hello and welcome to the Cardboard Bunker. My name is Pieburn and today we're going to do some more Space Engineers. Today I will be digging out this section here to put in the remaining 4 refineries. We will then start to dig out some more off to the side here. This will be the storage area, and depending on exactly how much time I have left, I will probably put in the medical bay and start bringing in some of the actually I'll probably end up start putting in the walls here, mainly so that I can create an airtight area for both the programming as well as the medical bay and the cryo chambers. All this will be piped in as well, so I will have some pipes coming in through the top. I've left enough of a gap so I can do that. And then we should be able to move the storage from in this one all the way into here. So that's what I'll be doing. Okay, so I did some mining here. And I've taken out some chunks just to experiment how long it would take. And I took this out here while I was actually watching Robin Shield's stream this morning for me, this evening for pretty much everyone else who was watching. And it's quite relaxing actually, watching a stream about space engineers while we were doing some sort of mining, I would say, or sculpting. I would rather call it sculpting. So I was trying to keep it flat and inside the area here. This is my measuring tool that I built, and I did have the second account, the Sun's second account. You can see the little light up there from his character, but I forgot to take the overlay here. So it looked like this, not like I was hoping it would look like this. So that was a lesson note. This time you should have a montage for the next part I'm going to build, which will be the floor in the refinery here, which will take up all this area. I'll take you through. I'll sort of be building along this line. The idea being I'll get another 4 more refineries in, so that'll be a total of 8. I know it sounds excessive, but considering the amount of work we're actually going to be doing on building the ship itself, which will be huge, very, very large, I think it's only fair that I have the processing power to be able to process it, and as well as all the components that I'll need to fill it up essentially. Let's get rid of this little knobbly bit here. Now I did say before I'm going to keep as much of the stone as possible. That doesn't mean I have to keep all of the stone, so I'm quite happy to neaten things up, keep things fresh or clean looking. I don't want this to be an homage to the asteroid. I want anyone walking through this to feel like they're in a separate station that has been purposefully built for people to walk around in. And I've also, whilst I was thinking about it, I'm going to need to remove these 2 stairs here. Let's get rid of the signals. We don't need them right now. I'm going to remove these 2 stairs and pull them forward so that we can come down the ramp, and we will have a airlock, essentially a double door here, and I might bring the stairs down at an angle. That way we can keep this open. Eventually this will all be filled in, and we will have a nice airtight area down here. I may even make the whole thing airtight. I'm not sure how that'll work volume wise, but again, that's why we will need to keep all of this area built in, so we don't have any voxels. We'll have just blocks holding us all in. We need to bring out the squares, the large light armor blocks, and just start filling it in. That's the other reason why I like gravity. When I'm building platforms and things like this, it's much easier to do when we have gravity. It's much easier to walk around rather than trying to fly and waste hydrogen. Plus, I think it'd be much nicer when you could walk down here without your helmet on and see all the inner workings of the station. I suppose we could almost call it a shipyard. There's not going to be any more than 1 ship in here at a time, though. Small craft, yes, like the welder down here, and the miner. We will next episode build that. I have got some design ideas I'm working over, and I'll come back to that. But for now, what I want to do is fill all this in, make it look all pretty, and make sure that we have not only the aesthetics right, but also the functionality right. Because the last thing we want is to have a base that doesn't work. So yeah, I'll start doing this and I will see you in a moment. Right, so what I was doing was starting to build out this area here. You'll see all of this in the montage. Hopefully I've got it set up right this time and I'm not just talking about a montage that doesn't ever turn up. So what I'm trying to figure out here is exactly how, when we come down this way, we not only get access to this area, because this will be my server room and it will be exposed to space. I'm not going to make all of this airtight. I could quite easily build the wall here, put a vent, no problem, but then I would have to make an airlock up here somewhere and it gets a little bit too dicey. And I kind of like the idea of having a landing space from there out, as well as keeping a hangar in here and then walking down this. So I'll put some railing up around there. So walk down, and then what, we have a door here. I suppose we could have a shelf coming out. How would I do that? So let's bring in some of this. I normally do a lot of this sort of thing off the out of recording, but I've noticed a few people do it in recording, so I thought let's give it a whirl. Can we put it there? Yeah, it does work. I don't know, if worst comes to worst we can always pull it apart later. But the idea being, I want this to, no, I don't like that. Figuring it out. The other way would be, no, I've made it too close together here. And I really don't want to have to pull the whole thing apart. Maybe I'll have to. Maybe I will have to. Look, I'll leave that for now, and I will just, I'll leave it as it is for now, and if anyone can jump in the comments and let me know what you think. Should I keep the stairs to the flight deck, is what I'm calling this area here. Should I keep the stairs from the flight deck down where they are, or should I move them closer to the front wall here? It's quite easy to get around the piping, and it's quite easy to put it in this area here, and then cover this with walls, and then we can use this area. Yeah, we could then use this area. I'm kind of want to keep them in the same spot, but again, I'm open to suggestions, so I will leave that for now. And I will just put in the, where are those ramps gone? I'll just put the stairs in for now, just so we have access via gravity, because the last thing we want is to lose access to being able to walk. So that's a question for the comments. I'll leave this for now, and then yeah, if anyone can make a comment before I do my next episode. So I generally record on a Thursday evening after I do my stream, or during the week. So I'll watch out for that. And if you don't see any changes in the next episode, it's because I got really excited and started building more and recording more in today, because I pretty much got the day off. So I'll leave that up for you. That's my question. Hopefully I'll leave this in when I edit and I don't forget about it. Otherwise, I'll get back to building. Right, so I've managed to place all these blocks down here, and I've also drilled out a little section under here. So this is where I'll be piping in my for my medical room. But since I've been thinking about it, I may place the medical room off to the side here. So originally this whole side down here was going to be storage, but seeing as though I'm going to have the refineries, that's the word I was looking for, seeing as though the refineries will be here, the 4 refiners will take up this area here, I don't think I'm actually going to need as much space going as far back for storage. The assemblers here, that's all I really need, those 2 assemblers. They'll each have, I'll put those on later, they'll each have a 2 speed mods and 2 power mods, so that that sort of balances out. It's going to be fast but not take as much power as it normally would. So this area here will be my medical bay. I'll have space for cryopods. I may even have a double row of cryopods, so you can jump in the side there and multiple people can actually have a cryopod. So for now what I'll do is I'll bring in the welding ship. Actually, you know what I should do is build me some conveyors and drill that out, and I'll take you along with me for that. I may speed up some of it. All of that stuff up. Okay, so now we have this room basically ready to be piped. That's the decision we're going to make later. I've brought the survival kit from up there down to here. Whoa, let's fill that hole in, hey. So I brought the survival kit from that I did have up there down here, so that it does make it a little bit easier for the moment. Eventually, once this room's built, we will actually have a proper medical bay. Now we have silver, so we can do that. Alrighty, so now we've welded all this up. I'm going to place in the 2 refineries we need. No, that's not a refinery. There's a refinery. We'll whack it in here. Yeah, that's the way we want. We want them both facing the same way. And that should be right. So we can put the modules we need on the side here. Well, we're also going to need a lot of materials for that. So let's get into the assemblers. Now that we've got 2 assemblers, and we've also got all of that stone we've converted into the various materials. Let's whack all that back. We can go to the production. We'll go to assembler 2. And here's a cheat I like to do. If I want a bazillion steel plates, I go up to the blast doors, which each do 140. Hold down the shift and the control button, press both of that, and that's 140,000. It seems like excessive. It seems like it might be excessive, but it's quite a handy little trick. Later on, when we get the programming room done, it might just make the programming room, whichever we decide, either on the right of the stairs going down the front, or on the left of these stairs going down here. We may even leave all of this vented. I haven't really fully decided yet. It's not speaking to me like most of my builds normally would. Okay. It kind of looks cool. We have some iron here. Let's pick that up. We don't want that to be despawned. Anyway, so let's pick these modules up and get these up and going. So I want to pull out the power efficiency module. And just for now, I'm going to get the speed module as well. Speed module. Speed module. Just for aesthetics, I'll put them on this side and this side. And then we want to swap that out for a yield module for the refinery. So we'll put the power module on this one first. Oh. It's nice and handy on that side and on that side. Switch it around. One there. One there. And let's put two down the side here. And then we'll put the yield modules in. And then if all goes correctly, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Should be able to actually put in 2 more refineries. Should have actually put in those 2 refineries earlier. Not to worry, people, not to worry. Yeah. That looks right. That looks right. Oh, I did need to weld these up. Did need some steel plate for that too, so I was woefully unprepared. Grab a couple hundred more of those. Alrighty, so we now finished our 4 new refineries, each with 2 yield and 2 power modules on there. We've also finished the modules on the assemblers here, 2 speed and 2 power modules. We're trying to reduce the power as much as possible, as well as increase the speed for the assemblers over there, and the yield will be the amount of materials we'll get from our refineries over here. Our next project will be to pretty much triple actually the amount of drills we have on our miner over here, but we won't just be adding them on. I'll be redesigning the entire miner so that we do have a lot more thrust and power. On this one only has 1 gyroscope. We were going to need at least, I'm guessing, 4 or 5 gyroscopes in this case, plus a lot more thrust to be able to bring back the megatons of material we will need to be able to then start processing and building the Janus. Well, I hope you had fun. I had fun building today. I had fun editing this as well. I've tried to do this outro about 5 or 6 times. I've had planes, I've had lawnmowers, I've had dogs, I've had birds, as well as myself tripping myself up. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like, please share, and have fun. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.